Hello there, my name is Scott Timms. I'm the lead sales engineer here at G&D Chillers, and today I'm going to walk you through the startup of your brand new low temp chiller. As you saw in the installation video that we put together, which if you haven't watched that video, now's a good time to pop over and watch that one. The first thing we're going to want to ensure is that the chiller's on a level pad with adequate clearances on all sides. Once we've ensured that that's the case, we're going to head over to the control panel. Alright, so now that we've ensured that the installation's looking good and we've got power running to the system, we're going to come to the control panel and look at these two door switches. We want to make sure that they are both in the off position. Once we do that, we'll open the control panel up, look at these two breakers here, and make sure that they are both in the on position. Then we're going to wait for a minimum of 4 hours. Once we do that, we're going to head over to the compressors and check something out there. So after 4 hours with power to the system, we're going to come to each one of these compressors and check that there's a visible oil level. The sight glass to look at is right here on the side of each compressor, and like I said, you're going to want to check that you can see oil in each one of those sight glasses. If you can't, you need to wait longer. If you can, then we can move on to the next step. Alright, so at this point we've gone through all the installation processes shown in the installation video, which one of those was to ensure that all of the piping has been flushed and then very well dried. I'm going to go ahead and reiterate that here because once again, most of the problems that we see with these units is with lean dynoline, meaning that water has been introduced to the system. So we want that piping to be extremely dry. Once we've ensured that, we're going to go ahead and come in here and we're going to add dynoline to the reservoir itself. You can see that there's a minimum level. We're going to want the dynoline level above that. Once we do that, we're going to head over to the control panel and we're going to turn on the power to the control system of the unit. That's going to turn the pump on. Whenever we do that, we're going to want to look and watch this fan on the back and make sure that it matches the rotation that's shown on the pump head here. Once we do that, we're going to open the valve back out to the system and let it flow for about 30 minutes. Alright, now that you let the dynoline pump run for about 30 minutes, cycling dynoline HC50 throughout your entire piping system, we're going to come back and make sure that the minimum level is still ensured here in the reservoir. If it's not, just add a little bit more dynoline until you're above that level. Once you've done that, we're going to come back and double check one more time the oil level in each of the sight glasses on each compressor in your unit. We want to ensure that there is oil in this before we move forward. Once you've ensured that, you're going to come through to each one of these service valves. In each unit there's a different number, so just be certain that you double check and make sure that all of the tagged valves, each one will be tagged, you open. Alright, so we've ensured that there is an oil level in the sight glass for each compressor in the unit. We've also been sure to double check and open every single tagged service valve. Once we've done that, we'll come back over here to the control panel. We're going to take the key from the control power that we turned on earlier. We're going to put it in the chiller stop start. And we're going to turn that to on. Once we do that, you're going to hear compressors kick on, which will be followed shortly by the fans. That means that you're chilling. So if anything doesn't go right in that instant, then do feel free to give us a call. We have 24/7 customer service. If there's any other step within this process that you have questions about, feel free to call us for that as well. Thanks.